Muse Productions.
Murphy. Any Port in a Storm. Written by Burt.
Good evening, Mr. Gillivray. I understand you'd like to report a sighting of some sort?
Yes, I tried telling the other guy, but...
He didn't take you seriously, which is why I was called. I'm Tabitha Stewart.
Magnus Gillivray. But it seems you already knew that. I suppose you're here to analyze how delusional I am before I get thrown in a mental institution.
No, nothing like that. I'm simply here to record your report. Now, if you please. Tabitha Stewart interviewing Magnus Gillivray on the 23rd of August, 1982. Whenever you're ready, Magnus. From the beginning, please.
As you say. I suppose it started when my captain was contracted to ship a large crate across the Atlantic. You see, I'm a ship hand, or I was a ship hand, on the Talaria, the finest cargo ship on the seas. We mostly ship from the Caribbean to the east coast of the United States, but it wouldn't be too out of the ordinary for us to ship all the way to Europe. We had been hired to ship one cargo container to the port of Southampton on the coast of England. Not unusual. This normally happened when the client couldn't wait for a bulk shipping freighter, and apparently this single container was too important to delay. The suspicious thing is that there was no list in the contents or invoice, which led me to believe we were carrying something illegal. Now, you must understand, the captain was very above board. No illegal shipments, and had never taken a bribe or a threat that would make him change his mind. So I didn't raise any suspicions. But as to why he let this one slide, I have no idea, and now I'll never know why. He was a good man, my captain.
Please continue.
Of course. Well, that wasn't the only strange thing. I also found the captain's choice of head and odd. Sailors, you see, are a superstitious lot. And despite the crew's adversity, we sailed headlong into the Bermuda Triangle. The waves were treacherous. We'd not made it half a day out of port when a storm had descended upon us. And I mean what I say. A storm was brought upon us. We did not sail into it. We should have been through the triangle in a matter of hours. Yet 3 days we sailed, and the storm would not relent. We lost many good men to the waves. Lifelines were in place, and many were saved. But more often than not, when we hauled the lifeline to bring a man back on deck, all we got was an empty rope, the end torn to bits by the waves. I do not know if it was morning, day, or night when I heard the sea begin to growl. The storm had blackened the sky, but even still, port side off the ship, I saw something. I called for the captain, but he was nowhere to be found. I'm sure it was another ship far off in the distance, sails black as the night the storm brought, and I felt an inescapable dread. That's when I heard it.
Serpent! Serpent off the starboard!
This was no ordinary storm. With the captain missing, I commanded our helmsman, Diaz, to turn the Talaria port side and sail toward the flattest tides. I went below deck to search for the captain. Oh, and find him I did. Captain! Captain! We need you! It wasn't long until I found him, curled up in a ball next to that damn crate, muttering to himself that she calls for it. The sea, she calls for it. I had no time to mourn the captain's broken mind as the hull cracked. The crew needed me. All hands on deck! Diaz, you stay on that wheel and keep pushing our port side. I want a triple securing of all lifelines. We'll beat this storm and whatever comes with it, boys!
Sir!
together!
No!
That's when I saw it. In the waves at the bow, a creature larger than I'd ever seen before in my life. Teeth as big as swords, eyes like the depths of the Mariana Trench, horns as sharp as those of the devil himself. It was there for a moment, but I'll remember it for as long as I live. In a flash of lightning, it was gone, beneath the waves once more.
Magnus!
I didn't know what to say. Next thing I knew, a great wave had appeared, slammed into the side of our ship, and split the ship in two, capsizing her in an instant. I'd never seen a ship as sturdy as ours crack under the weight of a wave. But crack it did. When the waves took me, I snapped into action, I did. The ship was already beneath the waves, but I now wonder if she was sinking or being dragged below. Either way, I wasn't looking to meet Davy Jones, so I cut my line and I swam to the others, doing the same for them. And when we surfaced... we were underwater for less than 30 seconds. But when we surfaced, it's as though the storm was never there. The water's calm as a sunny day and no sign of anything on the horizon. Not even that ship I had seen before. Not a sign of its existence. Perhaps it was brought under too. Watch the gulls, boys! We're close to land. Follow them and they'll lead us to safety. We swam for half a day, exhausted, but found ourselves on Miami Beach. After our head count, we found it amazingly. Everyone survived, save for those who were taken by the storm and the captain.
I see. And the shipment?
Where do you think? Below the waves.
Pity. That was an important shipment.
Really? The shipment is what you're focused on?
As I said, it was important.
More than people's lives. What's it to you?
That's classified information, Mr. Gillivray.
Classified information. You say that like... you arranged the shipment. Did you arrange for us to go through the triangle too?
Easy, Mr. Gillivray. The passage through the Bermuda Triangle was your captain's choice, not mine. That's all I'm at liberty to discuss with you.
Then I guess I'll go to the authorities.
Oh, the authorities that immediately called my people when you tried telling them what you saw? The ones that think you've got a few screws loose? They won't believe you, Magnus.
Maybe not about the serpent, but you arranged an illegal shipment.
That you knowingly partook in? You said, on tape, there was no invoice or listing in the ship's manifest? You admitted it was likely illegal, which would land you with aiding and abetting. You hold no cards here.
You...
Stop. You lay a hand on me, I've got more than enough evidence to have you committed, you understand? Good. If you want further information, I can give it to you. But only if you decide to pursue this with us.
Excuse me.
You saw the creature. You clearly have skill on a ship, and we need to find what we lost again.
Let me get this straight. You want me to join your people after you directly put me crew and I in harm's way. All while refusing to give me any reason as to why I should.
Oh, I've given you reason, Magnus.
The tape recorder?
As I said, I have more than enough evidence to have you committed.
When do I start?
Murphy, Any Port in a Storm, was written and directed by Burt and assistant directed by Alexandra Munroe. Featured in the cast were Addy Jenkins as Magnus Gillivray, and Daniela Franceschetti as Tabitha Stewart. Also featured in the cast were Burt, Soren Correia, and Dennis S. Mowers. Murphy was produced by Alexandra Munroe and Annie V. Dialect coaching by Antone Correia. Music and sound design by Dennis S. Mowers. Production and post-production were realized by Dennis S. Mowers Music, LLC in Brooklyn, New York. This is Alexandra Munroe.